Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
I'm not sure if I caught the word hi there at the beginning.
Hi.
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 Episode 73.
7.
Thank you for tuning in. And I don't know if we had any new subscribers this week because I forgot to check before we
have
started
100.
this.
We have 103.
We had 104 the other day.
Oh, then 104.
But
sorry.
I don't know, since last week when we did this, we had 104. I don't know if we have another one. So if you're new, welcome. And if you're new and you're expecting, I don't know what you're expecting, but we have a lot of foul language. And so it's just how we are because it's like in my DNA. I don't know how the fuck to talk without saying fuck. I used to be able to do it.
They say it's a sign of intelligence.
They say I'm highly fucking intelligent then too.
Oh, so am I. But I've had somebody else take the other side of that, which is it's not a sign of
If you can't
intelligence.
think of a better word.
If you can't think of a better word.
There's just something
I don't
about saying the word fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I can't imagine going through life without saying it. I know people who don't say it, which is fascinating to me.
Yeah. I mean, there's scientific studies done on swearing that it is good for you. And one of the examples that they give all the time for one of the studies was lifting at the gym or just working out at the gym. Like an oh crap doesn't get you that extra push lift.
Yeah.
But when they were allowed to swear,
I mean, I feel better when I say the, like PT when it hurts. I'm like, oh, sugar. Fuck that. It fucking hurts with a needle in me. It hurts.
Yeah.
Today I had the gym this morning. We're filming on an off day for me, so it was a double shower morning, which makes me hostile in and of itself. I had to switch towels when I came home because
you don't wash your. I have to fix my bra. You don't wash your hair before you go to the gym, do you?
Fuck no. But I shower before I go and put on a fresh layer of Lumi. Hey, because look, I'm with my trainer, so I'm not just talking about going to the gym, walking on the treadmill.
Yeah,
when
no.
I'm with my trainer, I don't want to have a fucking stink. So
no, when you're with your trainer, they're up close and personal sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've known this guy since I was 30, but still, I don't want to fucking stink. So there it goes. Every fucking time, you have to just stay off the table. Just stay off the table.
It's really hard to, especially with my coffee.
I know. Just you could pick your coffee up and down. I just don't touch the table. Maybe you should hold your coffee with both hands.
Go on.
Anyway, I don't know what I was saying.
About the gym, and you've known him since you were 30.
Right. So I have to have
smell.
the swears. I have to have the swears. And today, he had a dumbbell with weights on it, and I was in the leg press. He's like, just stay here, and then I got and then just do the press from there. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, it's too heavy. So you say it's every time. I'm like, because every time it's too heavy. And I got to the 10th one. He's like, come on, 5 more. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it gets you
pressing
through
this
it.
thing up, right? And an old guy came in, was kind of standing off that. Well, he's not familiar with me because the other guy that works out at the same time as me, he apparently doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah, it's really when somebody new is around, and yeah, that's not only my swearing, but my topics. My topics are, first of all over the place, but some of them are really inappropriate. Really inappropriate.
Well, and I also I tend to know my audience. For example, at a party at my sister's house, I'm not going to throw around the term cum dumpster to another couple. For example.
I don't know who did that.
I drink, and I'm not coming up with that.
I don't know who
generally
did that.
at a party, loudly for other people to hear. Anyway,
it was part of the story.
It was part of the story, but hey, they keep coming back. I'm glad you love us. Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. I'm glad you come back.
She forgave us.
We were totally fucking horrified by the two of us. Anyway, so I have learned something new from watching Shetland.
The wee pony.
No, we're yet to see a fucking wee pony, which makes me hostile. I've not seen yet a Shetland pony at all, a donkey or whatever. Shetland pony, right? Pony.
Yeah, they had one. Pony. They had one at Patrick's apartment for a spring fling they were having building.
So, my Scottish contact, Sarah, right? My contact in the UK, who's my go-to, right? Who, by the way, she sent me a video the other day. I've got to show you of her little granddaughter, and she's fucking chubby. She's bouncing up and down to music. Oh my god, it's the cutest fucking thing. Anyway. So, shout out to Sarah and shout out to Michael because last week we were talking about people sinking in the shit and it can preserve you and kill you and all the things.
Right.
It's a peat bog.
A peat bog.
We were saying the moors or something.
Yeah, I said moors because I couldn't think of anything else.
And also Michael said the exact same thing that Joe said, which was we really need a phone friend.
A phone
somebody.
friend.
I mean, but Joe's working when we do this, so he can't come out. So if anybody's out there who's free during the day and wants to come over when we do this. And today was very last minute. We had to fit this in because I'm going away for a little while. So like, not like going away. I'm going away for a little while. It's not like I'm going to like the fucking clinker. I'm going out of town for a few days for some partying.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I get a lot of DMs. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of DMs with I was screaming at my phone or I was screaming at the TV the answer.
And Bonnie said that, yes.
Yeah.
So Pete Bog was what we were trying to talk
Pete
about last
Bog.
week. And right now I feel like, what the fuck? Look. Also last week.
Is that like Pete Bog, but then there's Pete Moss?
P-E-A-T.
I know, but then there's Pete Moss. I wonder if there's related.
Google it up. Google it up. There you go.
Related.
Look it up. Google it up.
Related.
And the author last week that I was trying to think of the name of is Lucy Foley, Foley. And the book that I was thinking of with the people sinking in the peat bogs was called The Guest List, which was excellent. It's a mystery. It's very
I've heard
good.
that.
And the other one that I read of hers is called The Hunting Party, also very good. She has been, according to the New York Times, classified as like very much like Agatha Christie-esque. So if you like Agatha Christie books and a good mystery, like, but this is like nowadays. This is not like back in the day. They're very good. There's another one called The Paris Apartment, which is also on my list. And she's a New York Times best-selling author. I don't remember which books, maybe all of them are. I've not yet read The Paris Apartment. And I keep putting it in my cart on Amazon, and I take it back out again. But I just ordered, because I can't remember if I have it, and I have to like go look for it. I feel like I might have ordered like a 3-pack one time. We got the library pass, so we stopped buying the books from Amazon. But sometimes I just like to have my own books. So, but I found the thrift books. Can you quit picking your fucking nail? Oh my God. I can't.
I'm picking the nail polish off.
Thrift books.
Yeah.
So I was going to order. So I got invited to a book club. I'm very excited. I said, Joe, at 48 years old, I finally got invited to a book club. I was invited to another one, but it was out of town with my friends out of town, and it was going to like be zoomed in, and that was really not gonna work for me.
No.
Especially if they were meeting out in public, like I wouldn't be able to hear, they wouldn't be able to hear. So I got invited to a book club, so I'm very excited. So I just ordered my book, and it's called The House is on Fire.
Oh. Well, hopefully you're not like Mom and you wait till the last minute. Sorry to out you there, Mom.
No, but probably what I'll do is I'll like read it all once.
Right.
I mean, I have a month, but I'm probably gonna like. I usually, if the book is good, I'm done with it, and like, it's kind of like when I do a puzzle. Once I start it, I just have to keep going at it. Like if it sucks, I'll just read a few pages here and there. But if it's good, then I'm gonna power through and not be able to put it down. That's a sign of a good book, also. I mean, you can just keep going with it.
I was invited to one book
Pardon
club.
me.
I was invited to one book club about 22 years ago, and I said no.
That's it. I said no.
I said
There you go.
no.
That's it. Why?
I said no because there were the mean moms in there from the mom group.
Horse.
Yeah,
Pardon
and I
me,
was
I've got
like,
something in my eye.
I was like, it's probably pollen. My eyes look
Here
like
goes my
I've been on a
makeup.
fucking bender.
Well, no, it's mascara. I fucking hate mascara. If I could get away without wearing it,
Why don't you just tint and
I've
do your
tried
lashes?
I've tried to do the lashes.
No, but you tint them and they like
I'm gonna have mascara all over
laminate
my
them.
fucking self. I'm gonna have to do something.
They laminate
I have
them.
uber sensitive eyes, so I was like getting chapped around the eyes this weekend from the fucking pollen. My eyes would not stop watering. Oh my God, it was so bad on Friday. Right now, this is mascara, and it doesn't matter. I mean, like it's constant. Like it's my eyes are. I can't go without it because I look kind of weird. Like put my eye makeup on, but then there's nothing on it. And I tried to use like the lash growth stuff, which I love. Radiant Fields makes one, which I love.
Oh no, it's great.
But
I
then
use
it started, my lashes were looking fucking great. And then one day I just couldn't use it anymore because I put it on. My eyes were burning. But that's like most
Do you
things.
put it on at night? I put it on at night.
I put it on at night, but I had to take it off. Like, but I'm like that with. I've literally tried every fucking mascara, like known to man.
Have you tried Trish McEvoy? She makes the best.
No, I found a couple, but I have to alternate, or it's kind of like deodorant. I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb, and if somebody calls, we're fucked. Please don't let my phone ring. If this shuts off, it's because I forgot to put the fucking phone on Do Not Disturb.
It's okay.
This will be the time that Mom's gonna call.
It adds to
right
the
now.
humor. It adds to the humor of it.
If it shuts off, then we're sorry, and you got what you got for today. And tune in for the next episode.
It's okay.
FYI, I can't remember all the things.
You know.
And we're off. This is my off day. We're not usually doing it on this day.
This was your
Because
choice.
I know, because I'm going away. We got lots going on. I got dinner plans later in the week, which I also don't usually do in the middle of the week. So there's a lot going on.
The social calendar gets in the way.
Right, I got the PT tomorrow. Got the back pain. My back's been bothering me. Fuck. Right at the surgery site. And I didn't injure myself. It started hurting when we were in Louisiana, and I thought it was from like inflammation, like
I
all
wonder
the
if it's
salt,
the
and the
humidity.
sugar, and the booze, and
Well,
the couple of pounds I put on from all the fucking gumbo I
the
ate
salt,
every day.
I'm sure, is not helpful.
Well, I was taking the ibuprofen, and that was kind of helping, but I don't want to take it every single day.
No, it's not good for your stomach.
So, right. So it just, it's like a bad kind of pinching feeling here and there. Like, I'm like, fuck, I didn't like bust something loose. So anyway, I don't even know where that.
Do you go back to the surgeon
No,
anytime?
not unless I have a problem, he told me.
Oh, well,
Because I'm like, don't I have to come back in a year? He's like, not unless there's a problem. He goes, there's a problem, you call me.
I would still want to go back in a year just to have him do a check, see.
Everything was fine until like literally like the 1 year. And I'm like, what the
Well,
fuck?
if you
So,
like him, just go do a check, see.
We're gonna see. I have PT tomorrow, so we're gonna see if that helps. Okay, wait.
Wait, I
Okay,
have a bunch of
so,
things.
but wait a minute. Okay, back to Shetland because I didn't say what it was.
Oh,
I found out.
Shetland.
So I reached out to Sarah to find out if this was fucking real, and it is. So we're watching Shetland right last week, and this guy, the main Perez, the main character, and yes, I know it doesn't sound Scottish.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
just saying that doesn't sound
his father,
Scottish.
His father he came over from Spain, whatever. Anyway, Perez. But he's very much. He looks very like much like he's Irish or Scottish. I mean, like pale skin, reddish, blondish hair. Anyway, so his mother had passed away, and his father came to live with him, and his father had a little bit of the dementia, and so Perez gets a call one day that he needs to go. His father was out wandering, was hit by a car, but it was okay. He was out by the cake fridge, the fucking cake fridge. So Joe and I are like, what the fuck is a cake fridge?
Is that a fridge where you keep your cakes, your pastries?
Along the side of the fucking road, like a fucking fruit stand.
Why? You
Right?
can go get like people bake and they put it out?
Yes, on the honor system.
Is it just cakes?
It was full of pastries. It looked
Okay.
like cupcakes.
Like a good
It looked like
scone?
cupcakes. I don't know if it's scones. I'm not a big scone fan.
Oh, I love a good
I like the
scone.
scones that we have here that are like really sweet, like the ones that Mom gets, like from Trader Joe's.
No, I
or
like
from,
that Taste of Britain
We
that we
should
have.
get them,
Those
though.
scones are good.
They're
Oh God,
okay.
they have an almond
We've
cherry.
not been there a long time. Probably
They
because we
have
don't eat that food.
They have an
usually.
almond cherry scone that is to die for.
We should go there sometime soon. Anyway,
But they're
so-
supposed to be dry.
Okay, so Joe and I were like, what the fuck is a cake stand, right? The cake fridge. So sure enough, the cop shows up and there's his dad. And his dad was like, look, they're just giving them away. He's like, they're not giving them away. He's like, it's on the honor system and we're going to go now before I have to buy out the whole, like, whatever.
Where do you put the money?
I could just put it, I don't know. Look, they didn't get into the works of it. So I texted, DM'd, message, whatever, Sarah. And I was like, is this really a fucking thing? Yes, only in Shetland, on Shetland, in Shetland, on Shetland, on
You usually say
Shetland.
on.
On Shetland. Only on Shetland. And that this company's been doing it for years, and they have these fucking cake fridges, like along the side of the fucking road. Like we have fruit stands and vegetable stands here.
So it's not necessarily business. It's like you or me making cakes and putting them out there.
No, a company does it.
Oh.
But obviously people are paying for them and actually doing it on the other side.
Right.
They wouldn't keep fucking filling them.
Right.
But could you imagine? Joe and I were like, oh my God.
That's like
Like, it was literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's nothing around on this
well,
side of
that
the
is
road.
a little like
And there it
random
is,
that it's
right?
out in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
But
I
you-
wouldn't say you need to
everything-
be in a neighborhood, but
Everything
like
there except for like the
out in
main
the
town
middle.
square is like out in the middle of nowhere. I
so
want to live there.
okay.
Except for not the cliff. All of a sudden the cliffs show up. Like that's a little disturbing. Like 1 minute, like the fucking, like the world just ends. Like there it is. Like
Yeah.
it just, the
cliffs.
island just ends. Like it's a little terrifying. Coffee.
That reminds me of the person at the beach, the lady at the beach in Cape May on Sunset Boulevard.
With the bread.
The bread, she only bakes 1 day a week.
Yeah, but she's there. It's not
well,
an honor
no, I
system.
know, but the point is that she only bakes 1 day a week and she's there. And the line starts forming at 7 a.m. and goes like a quarter mile down the road. And you
Actually, I
could,
think it's more than once a week. I
you
think it's a couple
could-
days a week. But
no, it's once or twice. Mom will tell us, but it's once or twice. It's very, very,
it is some like crack cocaine bread.
it is,
fucking
and
good
all
bread.
different flavors. But the line, you could be the last person in line and have stood there for like, I don't know, almost an hour, get up there, fuck, they're out of bread.
Yeah.
I mean, she should go down the line and start handing numbers out.
But imagine like in the middle of the night, you're like, damn, I could go for a fucking pastry, but it's like 45 minutes to get to town. Fuck, I'm gonna go to the cake fridge.
Yeah.
Get myself some pastry.
I do like that idea. But here we'd have people just taking the shit. You'd need to, like,
That's why I said to Joe,
You-
they just fucking steal it.
they would. Even
And
though,
then-
because
and
it's the
then-
honor system. Like,
and
if
then
it was
we
like a
have to-
vending
right.
machine.
Kind of like at the cemetery where they come around and take the flowers and put them on somebody
Right.
else's or take them. At Joe's parents' cemetery, they steal the flowers.
Well, that's really something. Your loved one is like watching you steal the flowers from somebody else and stick them on
we
their
were paying to have one of those blanket things, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
put on his parents' grave every year at Christmas. And then we went the one year, not there. So thinking, okay, well, they just haven't delivered it yet. We paid for it, and they insisted that they so either they lied and just took the money from us and didn't deliver it to the cemetery, which I can't imagine that a known florist would do that, because then there goes we not bought another one since. So there goes the business. The fuckers were like $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Gone. But I'm pretty sure that people steal them
Well, it's just horrible.
and
You
put it on
shouldn't do
somebody
that.
else's.
Now, a new thing along the
stealing's
lines
wrong.
of this cake fridge is a vending machine for artists or stationery. And I know this because of my stationery groups. I'm sure they have some other things, but artists are actually buying old vending machines, fixing them up, and I guess having somebody who's mechanical come in because they're reconfiguring some things inside, and putting like note cards, or this woman makes like a 4x4 little picture that you can actually frame. She's an artist, and this one particular one has like 4 different ones around her city, and you put your money in like $2, and it shoots out this little envelope with the picture in it so it doesn't get hurt, ruined while it's coming down. Or if you need a note card in the middle of the night, or I need a sympathy card in the middle of the night, there's one in Austin, Texas. You go and you put money in, and I want that.
Walmart's open 24 hours, CVS.
Yeah, not always. And sometimes these are nicer than
Why do you need a sympathy card in the middle of the night?
I don't know, maybe you just thought of it. Or a congratulations card, or a birthday card. Like, you never know.
People that work split shift or second shift, whatever, have to go in the middle of the night to get their shopping done.
Yeah, or, I wake up in the middle of the night thinking, shit, I forgot to mail a birthday
And you're
card.
going to get the fuck out of bed and go to a vending machine to get yourself a birthday card.
I could if I felt like it. If I live near one. But I think it's a genius idea, and these people are doing very well with them. So, not to switch gears, but I've got to talk about this. You know how I love a good bench clearer. Either
Was there a
in
good fight recently?
Oh my
how did I
God.
miss this? Okay, do tell.
The National Hockey League here in the States is in playoffs.
If I go to a hockey game and there's not a fucking bench clear, I am angry. I am there for them. I want blood on the ice.
I don't know what this says about me, or you for that matter, but I love a good fight, and I love a bench clear. This one was just this past Saturday, a bench clearer between the Washington Capitals and the Canadiens. Tom Wilson from the Washington Capitals and this guy Anderson is the last name from the Canadiens at the third game of the Stanley Cup playoffs. When I tell you bench clearer, this is like, for me, the ultimate bench clearer. It got everybody on both sides involved. They flipped over the little, the gate came open where the players go to sit on the bench. That flipped open, so you see these two guys tumble. ESPN has had it all over the news. I've got to just show you 1 minute. And the commentators, because then everybody was out on the ice, except for the two that were rolling. And the coaches were just standing.
How dangerous with blades on your shoes?
Well, it is. I don't think they meant to, fall, but the one guy fell
backwards.
They
are on ice, for Christ's sake.
But the worst part was that he fell over, the gate came open, so he's back in there where the people sit. But the coaches for the team are just watching. It is great. Idiots. And then the guy, the American, Tom Wilson, is going at the end.
Oh my God.
He's
well, part of it, they do it. They allow a certain amount of it.
Oh no, and the commentators from ESPN are like, oh, and now everybody has a dance partner, which meant everybody squared off.
Fantastic. Oh my God.
You have got to Google this bench clearer. Even if you don't like a bench clearer, this you will appreciate.
Pardon me while I get the foam from my coffee out of my cup.
This you will appreciate because it's just, I want to say good fun. It's not necessarily good fun, but you can't believe that this is happening. And at the end, when the guy is faking crying and making fun of the other player, you're like, wow.
That's fantastic.
Wow. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson's fight went into the Capitals bench. This was this past Saturday. So here's a glimpse. Let me get to the.
It's going through near the Washington bench, and there are several players on
I know, but I'm gonna get it back.
Reshowing the game. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Anderson, the bench. bench.
Wilson and Anderson at the bench.
Yes.
And this is spiraled out
wow.
of control.
Wow.
I can't recall the last time seeing this
Wait, let me.
in an NHL game.
And the linesman is still right there, Alex.
Wow.
This is still not settled.
Look at the
Dubois and Cooley
the refs.
jostling with one another.
That's
Guys.
Still have Wilson and
It-
Anderson.
Were you watching it live?
It's a 3-minute video.
Get off the table.
It's a 3-minute video on ESPN. You have got to watch this now. Look,
We're gonna have to
look.
show
He's gonna
Steve
start to.
Griggs.
He's gonna start to cry.
Time hockey.
The gamesmanship.
Did you see him?
Wow, I see him. I thought you said he put his hands in his eyes.
He does.
Oh.
I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Well, he
Anyway.
did on the other video. There are a couple clips of it. It was fabulous.
We love a good brawl.
The gloves went off. The helmet went off. The linesman, which is the one ref, is in the middle of it. He takes a tumble in there. Everybody else is standing around. You see them. They are literally paired up. You see them just like kind of watching as to what's going on there. But I'm most fascinated by the fact that the coaches just watched it go on. Just
Well,
right,
they're
right,
not gonna get involved.
right in front of
Christ,
them.
They're not getting in it.
Now, what I did miss, because I just am too lazy to like go back and Google it or find out, is how many penalties, what the penalty minutes were for these
'cause-
guys.
Well, but who? I mean, everyone was involved. So like, how do you even like?
Well, I'm sure some of I don't know. I'm not. The two that were doing the fighting and the tumbling. I'm sure both got what do you call it? The timeout.
The timeout. There we go.
They were in a
Perfect.
timeout. The
Fucking
other
bitch.
ones I don't really know. But it was a good one. You got it. You got to Google it. Tom Wilson
Gotta
from the
Google it.
Capitals, fantastic. I'm now a Capitals fan, and he's good looking too.
For Christ's sake.
He's good
Till
looking.
his teeth come out.
No, they might already come out. And I have something else. Speaking of tumbles.
Okay,
Speaking of tumbles, this is not funny.
Which means I'm probably gonna find it amusing.
The Navy. So yesterday there was an F-18 fighter jet that fell off the naval aircraft carrier into the
Oh my
Red Sea.
God.
Into the Red Sea. So here's
Jesus
here's
Christ.
what happened. A $70 million $70 million F-18
Fuck.
fighter jet falls into the Red
Like
Sea.
how? Like they couldn't get stopped?
No, I thought it was there flying in because that's like a really short run, right?
It's
You
really
gotta
short.
find out. No,
They
what
have
the
that
fuck?
system that catches it.
They do, and you know what they're told? They're told to like go max speed because if they don't catch that wire, which I'm wondering how strong that fucking cable is, they can keep going. So they're not like coming in at
Right.
like a putt speed. They're like whoosh, full speed, so they can just take off if they don't make it. So minus the hand motion. So at any rate, it was being towed. This fighter jet was being towed out of the hangar on the aircraft carrier, and something happened.
This was our Navy?
Yeah, something happened. So the towing tractor,
I can't.
the towing tractor, and the $70 million aircraft air fighter falls into the Red
Were
Sea.
there any people involved?
Yes, they all jumped out. There were, I think, 3 or 4 people. They all
The water's
jumped to
cold, I think.
They all jumped to
right?
safety.
Isn't that near Russia somewhere? Where's
No,
the Red Sea?
party of the Red Sea. It's like near Jerusalem and
Fuck,
Israel.
I don't know. Look, Christ. I don't
Haven't you ever
fucking
heard
know.
about Moses parting the Red Sea?
I know a part of the sea. I don't know which sea.
Oh my God, that's like history. So at any rate, but everybody's survived. I think there are 4 people, but they jumped to safety. One has minor injuries, and they didn't really say what those minor injuries were.
amazing.
But it is amazing. Meanwhile, that's fucking $70 million of taxpayer money at the bottom of the Red Sea. Whoosh.
Right.
They didn't say how much the towing tractor was, but I can only imagine.
Oh my God, that's really a travesty.
Can you imagine?
The fuck? Really?
I have a lot.
Wow.
And the
Was it a full
Eagle.
day on Good Morning America this morning?
No, this is not Good Morning America. The Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles football Super Bowl winners were at the White House yesterday.
Did they all go?
They all went. Though there were some that didn't go.
There was a
I'm not going to get political.
thing about it.
There were
whether they were going to go or not.
some
so.
because this is off season there, and this happened 3 months after they won. There were some players, and I don't know. I think it was just players that had some scheduling conflicts, so not everybody went. But they got to meet the president. They interviewed, like he had a couple guys come up to speak. They all said "Go Birds" at the end. They had Dom Dom.
I can't with
The
fucking
safety,
fake Dom.
the what is he called? The security
I
guy.
fucking know.
They invited Dom up. Dom was well dressed. He had a suit on.
I'm not his South Philly tuxedo. Sorry.
No, he had a suit
Which for
on.
those of you that are at home, like, what the fuck is that? It's a tracksuit.
It's a tracksuit, and usually they're like velour terry cloth, or they used to be.
Yeah.
If you've watched
Like
The Sopranos,
Sopranos?
you've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Big Pussy or whatever his name is. He
Oh.
wears. That's what his name is. He wears. That's what he wears.
So, and then there's something else that I found interesting.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the thing. I got
Okay.
it while you're
Well,
talking.
I want to know what you think about this. So in Pittsburgh, there was a funeral director that trashed more than 6,500 bodies of pets. You have a bunny out there.
That did what?
The funeral director, this is in
I
Pittsburgh,
mean, trash them.
trashed them. He threw them out. 6,000,
Instead of cremating them?
yeah, 6,500 bodies of pets.
The fuck?
He used fake ashes and defrauded the customers out
Why?
of $650,000.
Why not just fucking burn them up?
I don't know. So the Attorney General launched a
The
website.
fuck?
Watch-
What's wrong with people?
The Attorney General launched a website so that the victims
Oh,
can
great.
like,
Watermelon tourmaline?
yeah, I've had it. This is what I got in Big Sky. So they can, there's a website set up so the victims can, I guess, give their information, and then the Attorney General's office is going to, obviously they're looking into this, but like match you with, you know, if you say you're his pet
But if
therapist.
you're one of 500 dogs in there, I mean, how the fuck do you? Which dog is mine? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
But
Or
maybe,
rabbit
maybe,
or
but
cat
maybe
or-
it's not even you're getting them back. It didn't say. It just said that they made a website and the victims can contact it. So maybe you're due your money back. I mean, I don't think they're gonna find the bodies at this point. I don't know how many years this took, but 6,500 pets were fake ashes were given to these people for a total of $650,000. This guy defrauded them. So they are probably going to get some money back. But here's a question for you, which reminded me. Do you send a thank you note to the funeral director? Obviously not in this case, but like, do you send a thank you to the funeral director?
Why?
I don't know, because it was kind of like a wedding planner. I'm feeling like I should send a thank you.
Well, when you pay him $3,000 to dig a hole in the ground, that was that was the cemetery. I don't. I mean, if you feel compelled to send a thank you note,
I don't
there's
know.
no such thing as too much kindness.
Right, well,
There's such a thing as being an asshole, but there's not such a thing as being too kind. So I would say, I guess, go for it.
if you have any thoughts, DM me.
I mean, maybe they would probably.
I mean, I was
appreciate it.
kind of like, we did pay for the service. It wasn't like they did us.
Right, but you also like tip your fucking hairdresser,
Right.
and give them a fucking Christmas card or whatever. So why not thank your
Funeral
funeral
director.
director?
I don't think we're on the Christmas card exchange list yet, but she hasn't made it yet.
Oh, wait,
but she
I
might.
mean, right? Give it time. One more funeral.
But
and
so I'm
you'll
on
be
the fence.
it.
I'm on the fence about it. Some would say no. You paid good money. Like they didn't do you a favor. It's not like they gave
But
it to you
just because
free.
you paid doesn't mean you can't give a thank you.
Thankful.
So
And here's the funny thing. I'm like, do I send flowers to the funeral director? No,
that's
I don't
absurd.
send flowers.
That's
No,
absurd.
No,
But a thank you note.
But the reason no is not because I think that's overindulging it, but because they have fucking flowers all the time. So I'm not sending flowers to the. It's like sending a cake to the
I mean, if
bakery.
anything, like take her a bottle of something. Well, you don't know if she drinks or not. I think she probably does.
Well, wouldn't you?
Right?
I mean, if you were in that business,
Why don't you just send her a card?
well, I'm probably going to. But if
Send
you have
her
any
a card.
thoughts,
Send her a card. Speaking of saying thank you. So we went to dinner the other night with friends. I had a fascinating experience. So first of all, we're supposed to go to Greek BYO. Excuse me. And we walk in, and they didn't take reservations, so we go in, and the guy was like, "I'm so sorry, but we can't seat you because we're having a plumbing issue, and like we don't want you to end up getting stuck." Like meaning, I guess like the bathroom was probably.
I hope
what
they
was-
didn't.
what-
They didn't. So they didn't have sewage running out.
No, but it wasn't working. There was a table sitting there probably for an earlier dinner, and so they must have been served before it happened. Maybe they even did it. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, he was very apologetic, so we're like scrambling to find another place, and like we have all the wine with us, so like we want to go to another BYO. So we go to this place, and they have a similar name to it was called Fellini Cafe. Similar to there are several of them in the area, but they are not all owned and operated by the same person, whatever. So we look it up so we can call to see like, hey, can we get a reservation like now? It was like down the street from where we're at, and I'm looking at it online, and it very emphatically says that they are not with the other ones. They're not one of the other Fellini cafes.
Interesting.
So we go, parking's a fucking nightmare, right? So we're trying to figure out the parking, and we parked at the barber shop, like kind of like next door, whatever.
Were you allowed to?
Well, no, but yes. So we go in, and it's like it's like a little tiny BYO, right? Teeny tiny. And our waitress is the owner and chef's daughter.
Oh.
So I didn't know that at first, but so I said, like, we're parked over here, like, at this barber shop. Like, is that okay? We didn't see a sign. And she's like, well, technically, no, but yes, like, my father would have a fit. You would never get towed. Like, whatever, it's fine. So I'm like,
Well,
okay.
was the barber shop closed?
Well, yeah, it was Saturday night.
I mean,
So, and then she was trying to explain to me, like, where else we could go to park. And there was, like, street parking in the neighborhood. It was, like, up a hill, whatever. Like, I went to park, like, 4 blocks away, hoof it, whatever. And it was kind of, rain and
Not
forecast,
hoof it.
whatever. So anyway, so she's like, you're fine there, but for next time, so you know. Well, for next time, so I know I'm gonna park there again because it's right there. So if no one's gonna tell my ass, I'm gonna park there. Anyway, so we go in, and she could not have been nicer. And we're ordering food, and we're asking about the calamari, and they have one that comes with a spicy marinara, and then one that comes like on a bed of arugula with some other stuff on it.
that sounds good.
So I'm like, well, which one would you recommend? Like, how spicy is the marinara? She's like, you know what? You get both. Get both. One is on me. Oh, okay. So we got one for the table, and then she brought the other one.
Wow.
Fucking excellent, I might add. It was excellent.
Now I'm hungry.
So then we fast forward to dessert. And dessert, so her mother makes the desserts, right? Her mother makes this cheesecake, so I know it's gonna be fucking good. So first we go into this, I'm like, I'm not gonna drink wine. I'm gonna be healthy. I'm not gonna drink wine. Fuck that, I'm having wine. And then I'm like, I'm not gonna have dessert. Fuck it, because now I've had the wine. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I'll have dessert. Why not? So I'm like, which would you get, the cheesecake or the cannoli? She's like, they're both great. Get the cheesecake. I'll bring in the cannoli. Like, you don't have to keep giving us stuff. So the cheesecake they ended up
Very
being
nice,
out
though.
of. So I got the cannoli was fucking huge too. The cannoli was good. And normally Joe and I would split dessert. Our friends
You
split
can't
their
really
dessert.
split a cannoli.
It crumbles up a little bit, but yeah. But Joe, if they have tiramisu, Joe's ordering tiramisu, and I will not eat tiramisu. I don't like it. Like, that is a waste of calories to me. I'm not going to. If I'm going to have a dessert, it needs to be fucking good. The cannoli was tasty. But so I go to the bathroom, right? I go to use the bathroom, and it's like this place is teeny tiny, and like back by the kitchen, there's one bathroom. So I'm waiting there, and the waitress is back there. So we start conversation, whatever. And the lady came out of the bathroom. She got in the conversation too. Like, we're all like best friends right there. And I was saying to the waitress how we'd been to the other Fellini and another one in the area, but this one was definitely better, and we loved it. And so now she's hugging me. Now we're BFFs at the bathroom. I said, "Thank you so much. I made my night. It's so." But it was like such great service,
Right.
and I understand, like, at the end of dining, when they have, like, when you have another reservation coming in and they need to kind of
Get you out.
but
Move ya.
but also at the same time, like, it's so rude. And I've experienced that at other restaurants where I've been told to leave, but also
Yeah.
I've witnessed it, and the people get really hostile. Like, we're trying to visit here for a minute, like, like let us like breathe for a minute before we're finishing.
Right.
We were not rushed at all.
Good.
Like, at all. And when we showed up last minute
Was
with
it
a
crowded?
reservation, it was crowded.
Okay.
And so we had a 4-top, and next to us was a 2-top. So, like, there's like this much space between the tables. So I had a bottle of white wine in one of the things, so I put it down at my feet, the little bucket thing I put down at my feet, so it was like off the table. So we
Right.
had room for all the calamari and all the things that were coming out. Oh, Joe and I also, we split a thing of grilled romaine. It was okay.
Grilled romaine? You mean
Grilled
as in
romaine.
lettuce?
Yeah, but it was tasty, but at the same time, like, I don't like soggy lettuce. And when
Oh.
you grill it, it gets soggy. So I'm kind of like, it was tasty, but I probably wouldn't have it again. And I say that every fucking time I order it too, because it's not the first time I've had it, and so every time I have it, I say that
What's wrong with you?
because I always think it's going to be good, and it kind of is, but kind of isn't. It's
No.
the texture.
No.
It's tasty, but I don't like the texture. Anyway,
It's got to have a crunch.
so the waitress comes over and she's like, "What happened to your wine? Where'd your wine go?" I'm like, "Oh, I just put it here on the floor, like, by my feet, so it's out of the way." She's like, No. You put it on the table next to you. It's fine. I'm like, "Well, what if you need to see somebody?" "No, don't worry about that." So I put it on the table next to us, and then she comes over. She's like, "We're just gonna combine, like, a little while later. We're just gonna combine these tables. Just spread out. Have some room. And like, where that would never happen at other places,
Right.
And like when I said to her, like, at the bathroom, I was like, "This has been such a pleasurable. Like, we weren't rushed."
Right.
We were able to sit and, like, visit with our friends and really enjoy the evening, as opposed to, like, the food, like, coming out, boom, 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 and then out the door. Like, it was like, if my dinner does not last 2 hours, I'm usually hostile. And this lasted like a solid 2 hours. Like, let us sit and visit. Let us have some wine. bring out, the calamari, be slow about it, like I don't need like
Right.
everything just boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And
Take
then
your
it's
time.
like, right. And they're like, okay, see ya, here's the check. Like,
No, take your
so
time.
It was, yes, but I love that we're like hugging at the bathroom door.
Your new BFF.
I knew BFF.
It's great to make friends.
Right?
It's great to
I
make
don't
friends.
remember her name, but
Especially friends of like the businesses that you're, what's the word?
going to?
Yeah, but there's
Patronizing?
patronizing. Thank you.
I hate the word patronizing because I always want to sound like you're stop being patronizing.
Well, yeah, but this is different.
But how does it have two meanings?
I don't know. How does anything have two meanings?
Well, anyway, I told her, I'm like, we will definitely be back.
I've been known to go into a restaurant and say, of course, this isn't when I'm with John because John, eats like a bullet. But we haven't seen each other in a really long time, so we're gonna be chatting. So
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know we're chatting.
Joe and I do that when we're at like a bar restaurant type thing, because like if we're there to have the beers, usually it's like more like in the city for like beer events and stuff, or like a really good beer list. We'll announce we're here, like we're gonna be grazing, we're gonna be here like for like 4 hours, like just so that like we're gonna be ordering small bites every so often and having beers, and it's good so that they know that ahead of time.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
that's what my thought is. Like, don't rush me. And I told you, by the way.
right.
So if this is
Right.
like your prime table, don't fucking sit me there.
Our anniversary, right after COVID, we went to that place. Every time we go, we have a bad experience. Since COVID, we've had a bad experience every time we go. Teresa's.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So we went there, and apparently there was a time limit on the table.
Did they have a sign?
So they had like a little note card, and we're in a booth, and it was up against like, I wasn't like picking up like the things along the wall, like at
Right,
the end of the booth,
right.
like to read them, like in the fine print. Like I figured it was like specials or some shit. Like
Right.
I'm not looking at it. And like we're trying to get another beer, we ordered a couple little appetizers, and then we were ready to like order like a meal, and then the waitress was like, I have to ask you to leave. I'm like, what the fuck? They needed a table. I'm like, and I'm looking around, right? It's not crowded. There are plenty of open tables. And I was like, we have reservations coming. I said, but there's no line. There's not
Right.
even a line at the door.
Fuck you.
Oh, I was fucking hostil.
I know. I picked you up
So
that
I
night.
went. So I went to.
I was the
Facebook.
Uber.
I went to Facebook.
Yes, she did.
We ended up not being charged for our meal.
Do you think that was on purpose?
I think so, because somebody responded to us on that. Someone like the manager, whoever runs the Facebook, they saw it because I tagged the restaurant in it. So they saw it, and we were never charged.
Good, as
For
you should not.
like the $200 that we spent while we were there for like whatever.
Good.
Which is good. So we're like, okay, we'll give them another chance. They redeemed themselves by doing that. That was nice. We'll give them another chance. And then they pissed us off the last time we were there too. I forget what happened. So now I'm like, I can't fucking go there. Which sucks because they have a really good beer list.
It's not worth it though.
Also, I think the best times to go and want to go like kind of graze and just have drinks.
It's not a
again,
Friday
really
night.
good beer list is like a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Not a Friday or Saturday.
Not a Friday or Saturday night, because then they're like, yeah. But they always used to be really friendly and nice, and like, the last couple times we've been there, I'm just like, why are we here?
Since COVID, I mean, even restaurants have lost their mind, like customer service.
Yeah, but there are still some places in the city that we go that are just
Press
as.
the button.
Oh, there you go. Did you lose it?
No.
Oh,
I
that
hit the thing.
that are just as nice, and I mean, customer service has definitely gone downhill in general since COVID, and so that's why like now, like when it is excellent, like I will let you know that it's excellent. I'm hugging you at the fucking bathroom. That's what she hugged me, by the way. She hugged me. Well, then I hugged her because she was like, "It's so great to have."
What about the random
customers."
lady that came out of the bathroom?
She
while
was
you were there?
chatting too.
Did
saying
you
how
get a
great it
hug? Did you
was.
hug her?
No, she was with her daughter.
Oh, okay.
But she jumped in the chat too, and then she went back to her seat, and the waitress and I kept chatting, and then anyway.
And 25 minutes later, you go back to the table.
And then I'm like, what the fuck happened to her?
Did
Like,
she
where
get
is she?
flushed down?
But I'm so like, because last week I was like, we had that shit experience with that shit waitress.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like, and I have to apologize. I was so nasty and judgmental last week about that. I can't even help it. I shouldn't do that openly. I can't even help it. Should not
I shouldn't do it openly. It's okay because I'm still going to do it. I'm just not going
Right,
to.
but it's like more like public with this. I mean, that was like I can just call you and be like, you and we leave this fucking whore with our waitress. But like, but then it was, and then but the waitress we had Saturday night made up for that like
Right.
tenfold. Like, just couldn't have been fucking nicer.
Happens.
I got a stuffed veal chop. my God, the thing was huge.
I'm so hungry.
Sorry, and it came with peppers. It's a little bit too much olive oil, which is okay. It's kind of like drained it off a little bit. With like grilled long hots, more like sautéed, somewhat grilled, somewhat long hots with the seed, like whole, with the seeds still in, and then some sliced red peppers. Also, just like it was very good. But then I reheated. I took half of it home with me, and then had for breakfast Sunday morning. Except for the broccoli rabe. The broccoli rabe is still in the fridge. Probably have that tonight with dinner. Because I was full and like it was a lot of food. I mean, the plate of food was fucking huge. And you should eat the meat then, because like leftover, it's like never the same. So
I don't like to reheat meat.
I reheat it in the microwave, but it loses something.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like also like I'm not throwing away. You know,
right.
Half my veal chop. Here.
Mom used to eat steak cold in the morning.
That's disgusting. Well,
I mean, we had a microwave, but thank God she didn't microwave it. But she would eat it cold in the morning.
I can't eat no cold steak.
I mean, it's good to have the protein in the morning, but just the fact that it's
not
cold.
Not
it's
gonna waste it. Yeah, that was a really well done steak too. I'm like, I'm chewing on a shoe.
And she likes hers bleeding. He even did it bleeding then.
What the best part about this though was that the part that I left was the half that was closest to the bone. So then I'm in the comfort of my own home where no one can see me. So I can pick the fucker up and just gnaw the meat off the bone, because that is the best meat is
right there
on the bone.
On the bone.
Where are we at here? We have to cut it short a little. We came to a full hour today.
Wait, just so we know, the Kentucky Derby is this week. This Saturday, the Kentucky
that's
Derby.
Very exciting. Yay, Kentucky Derby.
I love to watch it. Sometime I want to go. I just want to wear the big ass hat and go to the
have
Kentucky
a party.
Derby.
Have a hat and
No, I don't want to have a party.
Don't serve
you
mint
don't like
juleps,
the
they
mint
taste like
juleps
dirty
anyhow.
asshole.
Oh my!
Well, you can have mimosas or Bloody Mary.
I know.
You don't
I
have
don't
to
wanna
have a mint julep.
It's like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not like they party all day there. I just want to go. Like I want to see it when it's not raining because I don't want to get all muddy. But I do want to see it live. I love the horses. Love horses.
I mean, it's fun to watch. It lasts like 2 seconds.
I know it does. But they have, and see, this is the thing. So maybe I don't want to go because they have races all day. Other ones, I just want to see like the big one.
Just get yourself a hat and a
2
dress
minutes.
and fucking putz around the house in it.
2 minutes long. It's a 2-minute race.
Maybe I'll put a dress on a hat. I'll have a hat. I have that thing I wore when I got married. That whatever that thing is, the little thing.
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
A fastener.
Is that it? Yeah.
It's what they call them in England, don't they?
Isn't
Isn't that what they call them in
What
Scotland?
the fuck did I
It's
have?
it was a fastener. Isn't that what they call those hats? It was like it was pretty. It was like a flower. It wasn't a comb. It was
Where
almost
is
like a
it?
big ass beret.
Fuck! I wonder what happened to that.
Maybe it's with your wedding dress.
I know my flip flops because I changed it on my. I wore flip flops, or I changed. Yeah, I wore flip flops. I wore fancy flip flops.
I did not have flip flops for my wedding. You think about it. I have a headband. I know where my headband is. I love that headband too. Not just because it's for my wedding, but it was like wide.
I'm gonna find my headband for the next one. I'm gonna find my fucking headband.
Do you have your veil? I have my veil.
I didn't have a veil.
Oh, that's right. You had the fastener.
I had the fastener. I didn't do the veil.
I think a fastener is really supposed to be a hat, but that's what they call them in England. What do you call a person? It has escaped my.
Whore.
No.
Slut.
No, a person that makes the hats.
A hat
A
maker.
milliner. A milliner. Miller.
No, a hat maker.
No, it's called a milliner or
A
something.
cobbler is somebody who makes shoes.
Right. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, look it up, and then we're gonna be done.
We're done.
here.
We're done. I'll look it up for next week.
For
But
next week.
I think it's a milliner. MILN.
I don't fucking know.
That makes hats. They're the people that make
Okay.
hats. I don't know why they call them that though.
I don't know. I read a good book last summer about a hat maker. I'm thinking about it. It was about like the 1800s or early 1800s it was not a true story. It was a novel. It was about an Asian woman who was treated much like the African Americans were, like with slavery. She was treated poorly. I want to say it took place in Atlanta, and she worked at a hat maker.
Oh. Was it a mystery?
There was mystery, yes. There was mystery involved. It was a good book, and I can't think of the fucking title of it. It was very good. I got it from Mom. I took it from her stash.
Was that one of her book club ones?
Probably. So anybody else that had read it was good. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. It's good, though.
Mom has a lot of books.
And she was like a reporter on the sly. Back when women, especially Asian women, were not allowed to do anything in the United States. She did it on the sly, and the paper would publish it. Then they found out there was a woman. Oh my God, it was so good. Sorry, I'm giving it away.
I love
Giving it
stories
away.
like that.
Great book.
A hat maker or a milliner?
Milliner or milliner?
Milliner. A person who makes hats is generally called a hat maker or milliner.
Last night, Joe and I were watching Shetland, and they did a cheers, and the one girl said slanta, which is
Irish.
I
Gaelic.
don't know if it's pronounced differently in Scotland, in Ireland. So then I was like, how the fuck do you? I'm like that's Slainte, right? Slain. Yeah, and yes, because they have it written like on the wall or whatever, like the Irish pubs around here. And I was like, how do you say it? So Joe brings it up, and I'm like, slanta. He's like, no, it's salanta. I'm like, no, you're saying S-I-L, like salanta. They're saying slanta. So for like 10 minutes, we're going back, slanta, slanta, salanta, 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 salanta. I'm like, okay, stop.
Sounds pretty much the same. Now I think they sound the same.
Stop. I was like, oh my God, we have to stop. Okay, speaking of stopping, we're at 45 minutes.
Wait.
To finish up.
So traditionally, a hat maker was used for men's hats, while a milliner was used for women's hats. There you go.
Specifically. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with episode 74 next time. Take
Watch
care.
the Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
Bye.
Bye.